everybody.
What is going on, Beast Nation?
We are back for another week.
Week 4, baby.
In the book, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
I'm traumatized after last night.
My heart is still pounding from it.
Yeah. I rewatched it a few times, and it just... it's heartbreaking.
Yes.
But...
We can't start off with
no.
the dramatics of everything.
No, definitely not. It's just, I just have to let everybody know that I'm reeling in pain right now for Maggie.
Yeah.
But I have my suspicions.
But she doesn't even know yet.
Yeah, I do.
That's what's important.
I'm gonna send her one of those pigeons, those carrier pigeons with a note.
The homing pigeons?
Yeah, I'm gonna send her one. All right, real quick, I want to start the show out with some shout outs. This is some of our new and old followers on Twitter. For all your support, we appreciate everything.
Thank you.
We have Killicam updates, H1Z1, Mark Vadik, Tylene, Major Dotson fan, Rare Horror Movies, Richter at Richter Riolo, at Richter Riolo, Tim McBain. He is a writer, I believe, an author. We have Jason Clark, Tactical Jason. Who else do we have? Obviously, we have the Walking Dead family, very supportive. Appreciate them. The Walking Dead fan page. We have Paul Taylor. He's at Rifle Guns. A lot of these guys that jumped on board are survivalist people.
And quick.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Yeah, survivalist people, and definitely been reaching out to them, just picking their brain. I like doing, well, literally picking, not yet.
Got to learn everything you possibly can.
Have to. Eugene Porter, which is weird. He's from the show. We have, who else?
Is that the real Eugene?
I think so, yeah.
Is Eugene? What up?
Yeah, I believe so. We had a bunch of Walking Dead pages. There's so many out there. And they're all just very supportive whenever we message each other and everything like that. It's always, just love. It's like love for The Walking Dead, love for anyone who's into it.
I was surprised because I didn't expect that type of reaction from everybody.
Yeah, it's.
I almost half expected everybody to email saying, "You suck, never do this again." Like,
get off the radio, get off the YouTube channels.
Just don't use the internet ever again.
Yeah, it's
you're bad.
Yeah, well,
it's been great.
Let me see who else we have. Escape from Zombies. I believe we left off with. We leave over last week. Oh, Roxy, she's a new one. I believe I mentioned her last week at the end. Prepper's Cabin, Survival Threads. I keep saying and I want to break that. Survival Chick, Alyssa, that's a new one.
Yo.
Starving Walker, that's another new one. He's immediately was just like ready to jump in and help us. Zed Radio, another one. He's very, very helpful. Helping us get out in other channels, as far as YouTube goes, so that we can
expand our horizons.
Yeah, we can get you guys on the run, so you don't have to worry about YouTubing, So really big shout out to all you guys. Appreciate all your help.
Yeah.
I hope you do listen so that you do, hear that we're recognizing you, and appreciate everything you guys have done for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's dive in, shall we?
Yes. Let's.
I got to start out by, obviously, with the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't that horn seem like it lasted a little longer?
Yes, I noticed that.
I was just kind of like, is this horn ever going to turn off?
It didn't go along with the timeline of everything, but...
I didn't see it. I didn't see it happen that way.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was definitely a little... I was getting annoyed, actually. I felt myself getting irritated.
It's supposed to be stopping now.
I was getting pissed off. I'm like, this is going on way too long. Somebody please make it stop.
Yeah. Yep.
It was just this blaring horn for...
Because it lasted maybe 2 minutes, it would seem, while Carol was killing everybody.
Right.
But when they panned to Rick, it seemed to last like 5 to 10 minutes.
Ever, yeah.
Just
ever.
Forever.
And then all of a sudden, he's finally like, oh, the horn stopped. I'm like, yeah. It should have stopped about 10 minutes ago, Rick.
This wouldn't have been as bad.
Jesus. So I got to get that off my chest. A damn horn.
Yeah.
Way too long.
Yep.
And then, a lot of foreshadowing in this episode.
In what way?
Okay, so radio communication with Glenn and Rick. They're on the radio, when they're splitting up and going about their ways.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn reaches out to him, through the radio, and they're discussing what they're going to do, and Glenn says, "Good luck, dumbass."
Yeah.
And if you remember,
right in the beginning,
episode 2, season 1, he's in the tank. And he says,
"Hey, dumbass."
Yeah, "Good luck, dumbass."
I like that.
Yeah, there's, and then
to me, it brought back the connection that they had and how long they've been together with, like, throughout this whole thing.
Right.
That there really is a bond between everybody.
Yeah.
How much they've actually been through and how far they've actually come from that.
Right.
So
it's I mean, that was just symbolized like one of those, the blast from the past, so to say, I guess. And
did they do that on purpose because they knew?
I don't know.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
I don't even want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Then you had Sean's conversation with David. I believe his name was David, the guy who got bit on the back of his shoulder.
Yeah.
And the conversation they had, how he re-met Betty.
His story got to me.
Yeah.
Like, he knew, he even said it. I know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep going.
Right.
I just want to get back and tell Betty that how much she helped my life after this, and even as a person.
Right. Yeah,
that hit me. That was emotional.
He clearly states it all. Like, she was the only one who noticed me.
Right, because that was. I would want to do something like that. Like, if you got a time frame of your life and you knew it was going to be over, that's one thing I would want to do.
Right, and I think that story reflects a lot with Glenn and Maggie, and Rick and Michonne.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think it has a good correlation with Rick and Michonne and how, obviously, Lori dies. And then Rick is definitely not Rick, the person that we met in episode, in season 1 and even season 2. And I think that now, I think she's that woman in his life now. It hasn't come to fruition yet. I don't think Rick sees it that way yet, but I think
there are bombs going off in my head right now. I never even would have thought.
Yeah, I kind of just sat there and I was like, if you looked at the expression on her face when he's talking,
she's got that little smirk.
Nah, I don't know if it was a smirk or if it was just like
a love smile,
kind of like an epiphany. Like, wow, that's me and Rick.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I just kind of put that, a couple of those things together, and it was like, okay, there's a little foreshadowing going on.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then also Glenn has the famous quote of from Beth where she stated that, we all have a job to do. And Glenn uses that once again,
when he was going off to shoot the flare up, or no, what was he doing? He's lighting a building on fire.
Yeah, they're going to light a feed building on fire, which had already been burnt. Now, let me tell you something about this little area they're in, where Nicholas and these guys from Alexandria used to do these runs. There's so many things that are made me wonder. Were they not like secretly? Obviously, them not knowing, but I felt like that city or that little area was set up or staged for them to fail and die by the wolves.
What? In what way?
Well, there's no cars are usable. Then there's escape routes that are completely blocked. You have gates that are chained and locked. You have, if you look at the buildings, there's no access to rooftops or anything like that. And to me, it just seems like, and I'm probably, listen, I like to read between lines. I like to look really far into things. And in my eyes, with the wolves being involved in this, I feel like they kind of like being known as the wolves and whatever. I feel like they prepped this area for people to get trapped in. Like, I don't know.
But don't they want to collect these people? Like, I mean, we still don't know the psychology of the wolves. We don't know why they're doing what they're doing.
Well, they do it because apparently they just like killing.
Chaos.
Yeah, they like killing.
Okay.
And to me, I think they find it as enjoyment. I think they like watching people die and suffer.
But how could they? I mean, that's interesting because it makes sense because they had the fences everywhere.
Yeah.
And,
nowhere to go.
Going forward, Glenn and Nicholas got stuck in that spot.
Right. I mean,
and they had no way out except for garbage pail.
Yeah, I mean,
thing.
both sides of the fence were covered, and I'm
Oh,
sitting here and I'm
man.
watching this, and I'm like, where exactly would you go right now? Like, you got to stay there.
You are blowing my mind right now, man. I can't.
And
Wow.
I'm sitting there and I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, how come even in the feed store, I mean the pet store,
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing. Why was the feed store already burnt down? Who would have thought to burn down that feed store
Yeah.
previously? Like, why was
Now,
like
why were they going after the feed store? Because
they were
it would explode?
it would
Because
burn and attract them to it.
okay.
Yeah. So, but like obviously, once again, somebody already had that thought.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't. It's just stuff like that. That's
Interesting.
like it just triggers, and I'm just like, what's this all about? What is really going on? And
I could see that. Okay.
yeah, so there's that, um, and then there's there's speaking of the conversations and everything still that were going on. You know, you have the conversation with Michonne and Heath, right, in the pet store,
Mm-hmm.
where she hits him with the "Have you evens." You know, she hits him
Yeah.
with a series of "Have you evens"
Yeah.
because he's stuck on the whole, you guys, it's
Because you
all
heard the conversation between Rick and Michonne.
right.
And Rick had said, not everybody's going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can save them, try to. If not, they got to,
They gotta be
But
left behind.
that's just the nature of what they've been through. But like you were saying, like, yeah, she hit him with the questions.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
I think he got it at that. He kind of started to understand that.
I think so too. Yeah.
Because he never experienced that. And he was trying to throw, I went on runs and,
Yeah,
I was,
we that's not how we are.
right.
And she basically hit him with the have you ever done things that made you feel afraid of yourself afterwards? Have you ever been covered in so much blood that you didn't know if it was yours or Walker's or a friend's?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, because if you haven't, then you don't know anything.
Right.
Like, you don't know, dude.
Right.
Like, take a seat.
You're sheltered.
Yeah. Take a seat. We are running this show because you people don't know
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing.
He's not even realizing that all they're trying to do is just help them.
Right, yeah. And
Yeah.
and by the way, saddest pet store I've ever seen. Just dead little animals everywhere. I had to throw that in there.
They play little taps.
Yeah, it's, man.
I was waiting to see the dogs. That would have killed me.
Poor little guys and just rotted away in their crates. But I was kind of like, also, like, how come, why didn't these little animals turn?
Why don't they?
Why didn't they turn?
None of them do. None of them turn. Because, I mean, you have crows eating the walkers. You have the dog. There was a scene earlier on in probably like the earlier season. I don't remember. But there were dogs who were eating the bodies.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And they don't turn. I guess it's just something that affects people.
I guess.
You know?
So that's...
That would just add a whole other element.
Yeah.
And my blood pressure would go even higher. I couldn't deal with this one.
And there's so many, like, little tidbits. I'm sitting here and I'm watching these people who go out and everything. They're getting bit. And I started realizing that my bug out bag must carry at least 2 rolls of duct tape in it.
For what reason?
Do you remember Milton?
Milton.
He was the governor's little
side. Oh,
he was his
right.
bitch.
He had the little...
Milton used to wrap his sleeves of his coat. He had a coat, basically, that he wrapped in duct tape that protected from the neck down.
You're going to be the duct tape version of the Michelin Man.
But, I mean, who...
You're just gonna
why haven't they adapted these ideas?
But Carl did. Glenn. I'm sorry. Remember when he had the tactical gear from the prison? I don't know why they got away from that.
Well, it's heavy, and it's hard to move around in.
Just use the greaves, which is for your forearms, your legs. Just cover up. It was a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the full, the body armor is just not...
At least protect areas that are exposed. Like, you're going to be attacked from the back. You know what I mean? Like, so stripe the back of your coat in duct tape. It protects your neck and everything. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, Milton would be so valuable right now. Right. Like, he would have everybody's uniform duct tape.
Right.
But, like, listen, then nobody would die and it would be all, anticlimactic and boo-hoo. But,
Right.
I just felt like saying,
just
like,
glistening in this song with all this duct tape.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to wrap a joint because then you limit mobility.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, whatever. You're gonna get.
I love the duct tape idea. Man.
I mean,
I just love it.
So people, listen, your bug out bag. Please carry at least 2 rolls of duct tape, and use it wisely. So
I think I'll use it for my mouth because I would scream at every corner.
Well, yeah, I mean, so you'd be kind of just running around screaming?
Well, in the beginning, I feel like that's what would happen until I realized that, this is my fantasy right here.
Right.
So
I'm just, I mean, you'd just be like a little girl. You'd be like...
The initial shock of it, I feel like, would affect everybody until you realize, okay, this is what we've been asking for. So,
So like, you'd be hanging out and you hear like a knock at your door. Like just like
a zombie's gonna knock on my door.
Hey, they knocked in the pet store. Well, they were banging. So it'd just be like, oh my god,
yellow.
Oh,
that's me.
That's bad.
That's me. That's the proper pitch. That's the exact pitch.
And that's
if I can say anything, I'm a good screamer.
That's when I'd be like, shit, Matt's screaming. Damn it.
Here we go again.
I gotta go. Hold on, people. Matt's screaming. I know that scream.
It's a true story.
Oh man.
I'm sure I've screamed like that before.
Sorry, people. We get sidetracked easily. Back to getting on track. I want to talk about Rick's wound.
Yes.
The hand wound.
I couldn't tell if he was. If he sprained his hand, but you obviously saw him bleeding after a while because you didn't know what was happening in the beginning. But
yeah, he's definitely bleeding everywhere.
The blood loss is started to affect him.
Yeah, big time. I mean,
which made me a little concernicus because
concernicus.
because did he get a walker's blood in there? I just wrong. It's probably not going to happen that way, but you're talking about dirty knife in a walker's back, and you just so happen to cut yourself.
Right. Yeah, I guess I can go. I just don't know. Obviously there was that knife. I remember the scene where the handle actually broke. He had stuck the thing and it actually broke, and he's holding the handle, and then there's the other walker and has the knife shoved
in like a machete and
like his shoulder area. And he pulls that out, and he actually, and then he's running after that.
But at what point did he cut himself? Did he grab the blade out of his back?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, it happened so quick, and you just... I think it might have happened when the handle broke. When he stuck the one and the handle broke. I don't know if his hand slid.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he's definitely bleeding.
Damn it, Rick. Been so good up until this point.
Yeah. And listen, this goes back to, our scenarios that we've gone through, about being wounded, about being able to, take care of yourself.
But he is in the worst situation he has nothing.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. We'll get to that. So we're back at the pet store, right?
Yes.
We're talking about, all right, so, they have the walkers in the back. Michonne kills the one. She, goes and falls, and she knocks down, makes a bunch of noise. How come we didn't check to see if there's a back door? Anyone?
Or you can even ask, how come they didn't come earlier when they were walking around? Like, why now?
Yeah, how come? Well, like, what happened to casing the place out?
Clearing it?
Yeah, basically, that used to be something, a rule of thumb. Like, when they were going through all the houses.
Take a page out of Morgan's book. Clear.
Yeah. You go into a place, you gotta clean it out. You gotta clear the rooms, and that just didn't happen. You get tired, you got injured people, and, you get complacent, you get kind of like, we're here, so whatever. And then, but there's just so many things.
They had a solid plan, too. They were they were good. They were golden.
Yeah.
The whole horde could have passed right by.
Right.
And they would have been fine.
Yeah.
But then it got silly.
They did.
They got a little
they
nutty.
decided to blow the doors open and just start running.
What would you have done? Would you have done the same thing? I think I would have stayed, because not everyone heard that.
Yeah, I know. See me, like, I'm thinking to myself, number one, I'm the type of person, like, okay, you're injured, whatever, you do what you got to do to, repair yourself to get able to move again. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing what's in this place. Mm-hmm. I'm getting rid of all danger.
Yeah.
All danger is like, and then I'm looking for like a secondary, secondary exit. Didn't someone mention a map? Didn't somebody say they can give him a map or make him a map or something? I think Nicholas said
it was Nicholas, because he knew.
And someone said no. It's like, what do you mean no? Mm-hmm. This is valuable information. It's a map of the area.
I think it was just the stress of the situation, though.
I agree, but I just...
Because they're trying to get back, and now they got one guy shot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that kid, the one with the hat, what was his name?
The one that he ran away and ended up
dead,
getting eaten.
And that brings me to something where it's just, I absolutely refuse, number one, to take someone with me, or think that they're responsible enough to be a part of the group that's going to be traveling and doing these types of missions, if you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to take weak people at all. If you're weak, or if you're skittish, if you're incompetent, I'm either going to shame you at one point, but you're not going to endanger me and the others that we're with.
But at
Like,
least, I mean, it takes some chutzpah to even volunteer to do what they were trying to do.
yeah,
I mean, the situation got overwhelming, and maybe he wasn't afraid initially, but once the domino effect happened, he kind of lost it.
oh man.
But I agree with what you're saying. It's just, initially, I don't think he was afraid
I
until
don't know.
it started getting a little bananas.
Yeah, well, because he definitely just started shooting randomly, capped the dude in the back of his leg. Then he runs off, chicken shit, and thank you, they ate him, because that was just pissing me off.
You know what we should do? We should have wooden guns. And say, do you we
Yeah.
trust you. You get a wooden gun like the
Right.
police officers get.
It's basically like it's got a point on it, so you can
Yeah,
stab
you
him.
can stab them. It's
Yeah,
just
you
you
just
just
stab
can't
'em.
do anything.
You're not allowed to shoot
It's a
though.
wooden gun.
Yeah, or you just give them an empty gun
Yeah,
or something. But they wouldn't want to be
I
nice.
like the
Like, you
wooden
kill them
one.
like a steak. You can sit there and Dracula them with the thing in the head.
You have to earn the real one.
Yeah, like, don't be just barking off shots,
Yeah.
without. I think his eyes were closed. He's just kind of like, oh my god, I'm scared. And next thing you know, the guy gets shot.
Poor
The chick
guy.
sprains an ankle. I'm
Yeah.
just like, you know what?
Shane him.
Shamed.
Shane.
Oh, you're getting shamed.
If Rick was there, he would have shamed him.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick is. He's just
He's OG.
he's saying it how it is.
Yeah.
He's saying it how it's got to be.
Yep.
And Nicholas too. Once I see Nicholas getting all weird and shit with his head and losing consciousness, or whatever the hell he was just zoning in and out, I would have just shot him.
I didn't understand what was happening to him. I didn't know if Glenn kept trying to bring him back because he wanted to run away.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was legit losing his mind. I thought he was conflicted with, let me stay with the group and not ditch them.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he was trying to do, but turns out he was actually just losing his mind.
Here's the facts about Glenn. Glenn's probably the person you really want to have.
Yeah.
In the zombie apocalypse, in any kind of situation,
Yeah.
that he's not afraid to go out. He's not afraid to do his job. There's some other things I learned watching Talking Dead after,
Mm-hmm.
and I sat there and I had to really think about it. But Glenn's never killed a human being. It's a true fact. Glenn has never offed an actual living person.
I'm trying to think.
No, he hasn't. They proved it last night on the show. He's never in any of the episodes, he's never killed a person, a living person. It's always been somebody else to do that.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, there's character. I don't know if you call them character flaws or just character traits of him, but he's definitely that type of person that you want to have on your team.
Yeah.
Because he's all about it,
But he stepped up in so many different ways. It's who would want to go in a well when they were on the farm?
Yeah.
I'll go in the well
Yeah.
and trying to wrap a rope around a
Big bloated
obese zombie, and then they drop the rope and
Jabba
he
the
gets
zombie.
It. Yeah. Jabba the zombie.
He really looked like it
But
too.
Glenn is.
He's a team player, man. He's the guy you want.
Glenn.
We're not ready yet. We are not ready yet.
I'm fighting back the tears.
We're
right
not
now.
ready yet. Don't do it. Good. No, I'm not. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in
Are
it.
we there?
I don't
We're not
believe
there
in
yet.
it. I don't know. No, we're not there yet. I'm not. I don't. I do not believe in it. I refuse to believe in it. There's just too much. There's too much story left for him.
But that's the sad part about it, is that there is so much left to him. There's so much left, that he contributed to the whole group.
Yeah, it's just.
And I was attached to his character, because if you had to pick a character for yourself,
Mhm.
that you could see, all right, well, I could see, if I was in this situation, I would do that. That he's the one that I would pick, because, he's not the leader, but he's a good secondary. He's a good third.
Right.
He's out there.
Right.
That's the one I could. He was the one I related to the most.
I consider myself a mutt. I'd be a blend. I would be a blend of Carol.
Hybrid.
I'd be a blend of Carol, Glenn, Rick,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a toss between Michonne and Daryl. But I would be such a I would be such a
You're
mixture.
a hybrid.
I would be. I would.
That's dangerous.
Yeah,
that's dangerous. That's
I
a
would-
dangerous creature right there.
I would be Carol and Rick in the way that if you're that link that needs to be shaned,
Right.
I'm killing you. I'm gonna do it while you're turning around to go make cookies. I'm gonna do it while you're digging a ditch to bury people. I'm
Right.
gonna do it. I'm just gonna off you because I realize.
You know what I decided? That's just now what I'm adding to my go bag. Rear view mirrors, just in case Chris is right by. I'm just gonna adjust it every now and then.
If he dies, he dies.
I make a mistake. I'm just gonna put my rear view mirror up and see where's Chris.
I liked you, Matty.
Yeah,
I'm going to kill you
messed.
last.
But you messed up.
Yeah.
Rear view mirrors.
Yes.
Yep.
I just I would definitely. I'd just be that person that if I realized you are nothing but a danger to myself and the people around, and you're not strong enough, you gotta go. And I mean, you can take your chances. I might even give you an option. That's where Glenn comes in. That's where the Glenn part comes in, and probably like the Michonne Daryl blend. Where I'll give you your chance.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you some supplies,
Mm-hmm.
and you can hit the road, and you can do what we did and go survive on your own on the streets, in the woods, everything.
Yeah.
Or I'll just wait until you decide to go and pick berries off a tree and kill you.
And not have a rear view mirror to see you sneaking up.
I'll pull like Carol and say, "Just look at the flowers, sweetheart. Just look at the flowers."
Like Lenny of Mice and Men.
Yeah, just take it right there. Time to go to sleep.
Cold blooded.
I would.
It's a cold group.
It really is. And
maybe we should have them sign contracts. Do they apply in the zombie apocalypse? Like, you need to abide by this because we will kill you if you don't.
It's basically
and I'm not saying me. This juggernaut right here, his name is Chris, and he will just kill you.
And I'll just look at you and smile. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Initial there, sign there.
You'll never know when it's coming. You'll just never know.
I like it.
Yeah. I can't deal. When I watch these shows and I just look at these people, I'm like, you definitely need to die. I hope you die. I would have killed you by now, kind of thing. I'm sorry.
Tie their shoelaces together when they're not looking. That's a good one. You don't even have to do anything.
Just wait for them to fall asleep, tie them together, and then they start hating like a pot and pan. Like, we gotta go.
Throw a zombie in their room.
Done deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Another fun tangent.
Yes. It's a must.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Back on track.
Yes, back on track. We're gonna jump right back in after we sidetrack you people for minutes at a time. I want to talk about the situation with Rick inside the RV, trying to contact Glenn and getting nothing but static. Well, we all know that what had happened with Glenn. We're still.
Do you think he looked like he knew something wasn't right? Because I think that's why he tried to get Daryl to see maybe if it was the walkies were down or something. I think he was hoping that Daryl didn't come back to him.
Yeah,
because he didn't see the smoke off in the distance.
Right.
So I think he kind of the same thing with Michonne. I think they kind of knew something happened because Glenn has never failed.
Right.
And never has not done something.
Mr. Reliable.
Yep.
So, he's sitting there. He's trying to get radio contact. Finally, out of all the people, he gets Daryl. Yeah, he gets Daryl.
Boy.
And then out of nowhere, here comes one of the wolves. Busts open a door with a gun, Matt. He had a gun. Where'd that gun come from?
Morgan didn't tell him to pick up the gun.
Morgan could have killed him and he would have never had it. This goes back to
I told you that was going to come back and bite him. But it didn't.
I know.
It didn't. Because Rick's a badass. Because Morgan knew they were going to attack Rick. That's what it was.
It was?
That's what happened.
Morgan's like, out of all the people they're going to run into, it's gonna be Rick.
And Rick was just going to go nuts. Which my favorite part of that whole fight scene was as Rick is getting choked out, he's stomping on the guy's face.
The one dude's choking him.
Animal.
A complete raging lunatic.
Yep.
Refuses to die.
Yep.
It's not that Rick It's not that Rick is ever gonna die. Rick, you can't even write it in the
He
script.
doesn't. Yeah, he just doesn't want.
He will. He's like the Chuck Norris
He
of the Walking
He'll just
Dead.
erase the script and rewrite it.
You can't kill Chuck Norris. You can't kill Rick Grimes.
You can't kill Chuck Norris.
You know?
Where is Chuck Norris through? That's
I'm telling you, he's there somewhere. He's like Walker, Texas Ranger shit. Like,
oh
yeah, they're gonna run into him in Texas.
Dude.
Chuck Norris meets Rick Grimes.
Do you realize what you just did?
What I do?
Walker, Texas Ranger. Did you realize what you just did there?
I didn't actually. So you're telling me that Chuck Norris is gonna be a zombie ninja?
Oh. If I had an explosion sound effect, where are we gonna find it now?
I don't know. I'll see what I can dig up here. Are we gonna go for explosion?
But yeah, Chuck Norris needs to turn up like in one of these episodes as soon as possible because I refuse. If Rick won't go down, I refuse to believe that Chuck Norris is dead.
I mean, would you be surprised?
What if Chuck Norris was dead?
No.
Rick
Chuck
died?
Norris appeared in.
Oh no! I was just being. Oh, that figures. Chuck Norris is here.
He's the biggest badass in the world, right?
Yep.
I mean, he's got his own.
He's got a necklace of zombie ears. It's just awesome.
If I saw Chuck Norris in the zombie apocalypse, like if I was just roaming around and I walked into him, I would simply be like, I'd be like, I'm gonna die now. I'm gonna die.
Even better than the explosion.
I'm gonna die. Game over. There's Chuck Norris. I'm gonna die.
Hopefully he does not.
Hopefully he loves me enough to take me in.
Hopefully, if he asks you questions, you answer them correctly.
Yeah, because I want Chuck Norris to have some serious questions. I'm sure.
Better than Rick's questions.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Are
you a 10th degree black belt?
We can't compare. We can't sit here and compare now. Rick Grimes, the badass of the zombie apocalypse, and Chuck Norris, the badass of pretty much everything known to man.
Can't we? Can't we?
I guess we could.
It's close. No, all right. Because Chuck Norris is going to break through this door and karate kick me right in the face.
And I will simply just point at you. I will point at you. No. Chuck.
Oh, I see. I didn't have my rearview mirror up. So
I'm shaming you.
I didn't have my rearview mirror up. Chris just got me in the back without me even knowing.
Shaming you to Chuck Norris.
All right. But there's nothing that either of us can do. So
exactly.
All right.
And if you're gonna go, would you like to go at Chuck Norris's?
I'm now locking the door. Not that a lock would stop Chuck Norris. No. All right. Well, not that.
Okay. So yeah, Rick. So yeah, the wolves come in. Rick defeats both these guys, and then sees more coming. Mm-hmm. Picks up the AK-47 and does what I call, or as Merle would refer to it as, the officer-friendly mowdown. That's what I mean. That's what it's the officer-friendly mowdown. He
may have cracked a smile.
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he kind of felt a little bit like, God, I don't know. Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a Call of Duty move. I said it as we were watching it. You even think somebody's on the other side of that wall, you're shooting through the wall.
Yeah.
It's a Call of Duty move.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Okay.
I think it's awesome.
I give him thumbs up.
If you can shoot through it, you do it.
That's right, because it's not it's only covering you, it's not protecting you.
He emptied an entire clip.
Magazine. Please.
Here we go.
You just offended every one of our gun people.
Well, you're the gun guy.
But you said it. You were the one with this.
All right, sorry.
The clip is what pushes.
This is why they need to contact me and teach me.
The clip. I'm here. I'm here. The clip for everybody out there. The magazine that gets loaded into the weapon, unless it's a revolver, okay? But anything that's an automatic or semi-automatic, when you load the magazine, the clip is what pushes the bullets upward through the magazine.
Can I get a subscription to it?
I'm gonna write you a subscription to...
Lesson learned.
Yes.
The magazine.
Magazine.
All right.
Because
a zombie's going to care whether it's a clip or a magazine.
But our people might. All right. We have a lot of gun wielding experts out there.
Well, they're the experts. That's why they're the experts.
We should try to
I'm a novice.
Are you? Well,
I'm the white belt of the gun club.
Here we go. Another Chuck Norris reference. Oh, God. And that brings me to another thing with speaking of the AK-47. What poor weapon choices they have made for this type of situation they're in. You know, they all have pistols. Like,
Oh, I thought you were about to tell me that the AK-47 was a bad choice.
No, I'm talking about Glenn and Nicholas, Michonne, Heath, all these guys. You know, David. David actually had a shotgun.
I don't know if it was bad choices or
terrible.
The situation. They weren't. First of all, this whole thing wasn't planned to happen. They weren't planning on the horde following them that day. So I'm sure if they had planned it out, they would have had better weapons.
Does anything ever go to plan?
Nope. But I'm just I'm in that particular situation. They would have had. I think they would have had better weapons. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing: I, for one, would never leave with just a pistol on my side and a knife. Like
you're going with a lot of heat.
I'm always gonna have a semi-automatic or full automatic weapon with a strap going around my back.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah.
It's not heavy. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, you know what? If you're trying to go through like thick woods and stuff, it might get hung up a little bit. But that's when you unstrap it and you carry it. You know what I mean? And you use it to move brush with and stuff.
Where are you putting your magazines?
They all have duffel bags.
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Listen,
or a satchel.
A satchel, a man
satchel. I was gonna say man's ear.
or my BDU pants with the side pockets.
The cargos.
BDUs, please.
Oh, here we go again.
Please.
BDU.
Okay.
My BDUs.
Yes.
Sorry.
Stop. Khakis have cargo pockets.
This is why we need a camera, because the look you're giving me right now is starting to terrify me.
That's two. He's got one more, people.
Yeah.
One more, and I'm breaking out the Shane. He's got one more to go. That's it. You do realize
I will not
that, right?
be soft served in this.
I will. I'm simply just one more. I give you one more, guy. If you mess up one more time, do it 3, and you're getting the Machine Gun Kelly.
The Machine Gun Kelly.
I
love the sound effects that are happening right now.
This is your heartbeat right now.
It's going fast.
Yeah.
That was my heartbeat during this entire episode.
Probably.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to talk probably about the hardest part of this whole episode.
BDUs.
Moving on. You just want to keep going with this?
No, I don't. Because we'll be here for 3 hours.
And people will be like, enough with the
There
BDUs.
will be a murder on episode 4.
It's gonna be like, fight. That's what it's going to say. We're going to be like, fight. That's it.
Like Street Fighter.
That's it. It's going to be like,
what was that? Now we're just pushing randomness.
That's my zombie. I'm actually, I have him waiting for you for the next time you fuck up. I'm gonna be like, oh well.
You are loving this.
If you guys didn't realize, we got some toys.
There are hundreds of these things.
We got some toys. We can make it more interesting now. I could be like,
what is that? Did somebody just flush a toilet bowl?
No, I just tear gassed everybody.
It sounded like a toilet bowl.
No, I have that though. It's more of a flush.
Maybe we should go through these.
It's more
beforehand.
It's more of a flush. That was tear gas. I hope everybody's crying right now.
Everybody's crying already. Everybody's crying all right
I know. Oh God. All right. So enough playing around. Having too much fun.
I know.
Back to Rick. The baby food. The baby food he finds symbolizes that these guys made it inside the walls.
And he realizes that, but still doesn't turn around.
No.
What do you think he thought was going on? Did he think that there were just walkers, or?
I'm not sure. I
think at that point, maybe I feel like he thought maybe they were overrun by something.
No, and Rick, listen, I always think Rick assumes the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he ever assumes that it's just this or it's just that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he knows. I think he assumes and he knows you know, what really the danger probably is. And that symbol of the baby food, it definitely reaffirms the fact
what his beliefs.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and listen, the number one rule of the Z-Pac still is cardio. Did you see him running? I mean, that guy can run. He can run.
Miles.
Everybody can run.
But he went miles.
Yeah. Oh, no. He ran that
probably good, 10K.
Could have been.
In record time.
I'm thinking at least 5 miles.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Yeah. So, But yeah, the cardio is still the number one rule. Because you can't always find a car. You won't always find a motorcycle. Which I like the upgrade in Daryl's bike.
Daryl.
It's like on road,
Damn.
off road.
I know.
Like it.
Yep.
I didn't like the Harley thing.
No,
I mean,
too
I did.
loud.
Did, but
It was.
that's what I always thought. I'm like, Daryl, every time
What are you doing?
Every time you leave the prison and you come back, you're bringing them back with you.
Just ring a lunch bell as you're
Yeah,
leaving, but he fixed it. Can never be mad at Daryl.
No, I'm definitely not. I just,
Love
I
Daryl.
mean, just the whole choice and everything.
But I agree. But yeah, so he found the baby food.
Yeah, and I kind of tipped him off to
what was going on.
Yeah.
And then, then
the whole other shitstorm happened where he tries to start the RV.
That was after that's right. That was after he killed him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Tries to start the RV. RV will not start. And
that is the first time that I've legit seen Rick panic.
Yeah.
I've seen him get sad. I've seen him get angry.
Right.
But he was freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Like borderline tears. That fact that thing wouldn't start.
Yeah. And
I don't know if he was worried because he was gonna die, or the fact that he couldn't deter these things from heading towards.
I want to say it's the first time. I want to say it's the first time he's probably felt helpless.
Yeah.
Where he didn't have the answer.
I felt helpless watching it.
Well, yeah.
I wanted to take him and throw him up on the roof. Big Rick, you need to do this right now.
We're going to get back to that.
Scenario, Chuck Norris comes in, throws him on the roof. Throws him on the roof.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
We're going to come back to Rick. Now I want to talk about Glenn. Okay, it's a terrible scene. Glenn is with this mentally disturbed, distraught, destroyed person in Nicholas. He's gone on these runs for the town of Alexandria for how many years or whatever, and always with groups of people. And he's admitted to losing like 4 or 5 people, I believe he said.
Because he left them.
Because they got left behind.
He killed, what's his face?
He's killed a lot of people.
No, part of our, when Glenn was there and they were in the turnstile.
Oh, yeah, I forgot his name, though. Everybody Hates Chris, was that it?
Yes. Yes, that kid.
That's the only way I know him
He was
from.
one of my favorites, and it was sad. But yes,
he had the limp.
Yep.
He was the kid with Beth inside the hospital.
Yep. But, yeah, he killed him, so, yep.
Yeah, so I just, he's got this history, and he had to own up to it at one point and kill the kid that was trapped under the car that he recognized from one of the last trips they had gone on, one of the last runs. And he had to own up and kill him. Well, finish killing him, obviously. So he's definitely having some serious mental breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a liability, and I would have, honestly, like, once again, when I would have noticed someone acting like this or being like that, he's got one or two options. I either kill you or you kill yourself. Like, if I'm
on third option, you can get your shit together.
I don't think you can in the zombie apocalypse, man. It's not like you can go pay $100 to go see a therapist.
Well, you can find a therapist.
Yeah, it's called Me and a Bullet. All right, go see Chris. He's got the solution to your problem.
Well, Glenn was trying to help him.
See, and that's just it's one of his character flaws, though. Like
Is it a flaw though?
It is, because second chances will get you killed.
But this brings us to our last week's discussion, and we're going to get off track here again, between Rick and Morgan. How you're saying Morgan is he's too pacifist.
Yeah.
Which I get. In that situation, he should have killed the wolves. But Rick is the other extreme of that. He's willing to kill people who may be good. He's not giving anybody a chance, and I think that's you need to find that middle ground. That was my point. Not that Morgan should have killed the wolves and let him go. It was the fact that I think there needs to be a balance. But we're talking about killing people. I've never even thought about it, and we can't, like, that frame of mind. I can't even put myself there.
Right.
So to say it is very easy, but to actually, like, be in that situation, no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I guess if there's ever a time to be selfish.
Yeah.
And pick your life over somebody else's.
Yeah.
It's going to be on top of a dumpster.
Yeah.
Surrounded by 200, 300, 400 zombies.
Oh.
I
almost my heart was pounding.
Yeah.
That was the worst situation to be in. What do you do?
And that's the thing. Like they get into that area, it's caged off. The door to get in has no handle to open it.
Yes.
You know, like there's this. I'm just like, what is going on right now? How come
now
there's
you're saying it, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it just kept leading me to believe that it was a staged area. The wolves set it up for people to go into and just laugh as they got torn to pieces.
I completely forgot about the door.
Yeah, no way to get in. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, shoot it, but I'm like, you can't shoot it because it's got no handle, so it's like locked somehow. You know, so how do you get in? And then in the back shot, you see this like debris and stuff all over the staircases.
Yeah, so they can't go up it.
Can't go up it. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm going, get to higher ground, do something, get that. Like, in the meantime, like, they're trying to kill these things. Get on the dumpster. You know, there's cages all around you, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, please just jump to one of them and pull yourself over.
There was nothing like that they could have done besides scaling the top of the fence, maybe trying to get somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
What? And then the worst. I mean,
yeah,
best/worst thing ever happened. I mean,
yeah,
Nicholas decides he completely loses it.
Yeah.
And can't handle life anymore, so he shoots himself.
Right, but in the meantime, he ends up taking Glenn down with him. Now, I've watched and rewatched, and I've come up with this conclusion. Okay, if you watch that scene and you watch it closely, when they fall, Glenn is wearing a gray T-shirt with a tan colored jacket that's zippered all the way down, and Nicholas is wearing like a green jacket that's open, and I believe I don't know, like a tan or grayish colored shirt.
Mm-hmm.
When they fall, and they show the scene where Glenn is on the ground crying and yelling or whatever, and they're all the zombies come in and start digging through. It's not. It is not Glenn. It's the outfits don't match. You know what I mean? Like the colors, the outfits don't match.
Right.
And
excuse me.
There's just too much left of his story. Here, like in the comics, and I know they don't do a lot of things according to the comic books, but Glenn is not supposed to die. In my eyes, Glenn should not die in another character's story.
What do you mean?
Like, Glenn dies because of Nicholas's story. You know what I mean? Like, Nicholas's backstory.
That's the whole thing. I mean, it goes back to what you're saying, of who you bring in and who you trust. You can die because I do something stupid. You can die because somebody just loses their mind and they do something, crazy and out of the,
Well, there's that, and there's other little story pieces that I put together.
Mm-hmm.
The symbol of the baseball bat. There's been
where's the baseball bat?
The baseball bat is in sequences with Glenn throughout the series. There's sequences of Glenn with a baseball bat.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The baseball bat is the symbol of what gets used to kill him in the comic books. This guy Negan, this just sociopath, crazy.
And this is in the comics. This is not.
This is in the comics.
And they don't go by.
This guy Negan will be making an appearance in the Walking Dead series.
Should we advertise a spoiler alert?
But you asked. I can pull it up.
No, I just did it.
Okay. Listen, people. I don't know what to tell you. If you're not that into it, you just heard it here. You heard it from me. But this man will be making an appearance, and I do believe he'll be making the appearance in the season 6 finale. Not they split it up.
Mm-hmm.
Season 6, and then they come back with the season 6 finale, second part. It will be towards probably the last episode, the big season finale of season 6, where this guy comes into the picture. That's what makes me believe that Glenn will be back.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn is supposed to die,
but
at the hands of this guy with a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. So, that is what makes me believe Glenn is not dead. Glenn will be back.
But they don't stick to the story. I mean, I don't want to.
I know they don't.
Because Herschel wasn't supposed to die the way he died in
It was supposed to be
show.
Tyrese.
It was supposed to be a different way.
Tyrese, yeah.
There are
Tyrese was,
characters right now that are still alive
Right.
that aren't supposed to be alive.
yeah, Carol's supposed to be dead.
Maggie's supposed to be dead.
Yeah, and Andrea's still supposed to be alive.
Right, which I'm glad they didn't stick to that.
Yeah, me too.
So all this is pure speculation at this point because they
no, it's not, Matt.
Okay,
but I know what I'm talking about.
Glenn, I don't think he's dead. I think he's bitten. Hear me out on this.
Yeah, you're right. No, he obviously. I think
the body fell on top of him. Okay, you're hundreds of zombies around you, and you're telling me that this 150-pound dude you're laying straight like a board, and they're just eating around you. They're having a smorgasbord around, and they're gonna stop when they think it's done.
You know what I think's gonna happen? Want to know what I think?
No,
happened?
Go ahead.
Can I tell you what I think happened?
Here it comes.
I think.
Should we say spoiler alert?
No,
okay.
No, because this is my opinion.
Okay.
I think Glenn, after he realizes that he's flipping out because all these things around him and they're digging in and they're eating Nicholas and everything. I think he reaches up and grabs a zombie, kills it, and then covers himself in all the zombie blood.
But he's covered in blood already.
Well,
if he's not dead
covered
already.
in real Nicholas' blood. I think he kills the zombie and just covers himself in gooky zombie shit, crap, blood, and stench. And they don't attack him. Far-fetched? Maybe.
I think we're trying to.
I'm resurrecting.
We're making it so we can't come to terms with that Glenn is gone.
I won't. I'm not going to. Glenn is not dead.
I don't think he's dead. I think that he is bitten though, but I think that there's going to be this whole dramatic thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he can get out of that situation. I don't want to admit it because, like I said, that's the character I associate. Some people are like, "Oh yeah, Rick." Glenn is my guy.
Right.
He's my character.
Mm-hmm.
I was not sitting there silently, but inside I was
weeping,
bowling a china shop, throwing things everywhere. That was my inner guy. He was going nuts. There were papers flying everywhere. Like, what do we do? Yeah,
right.
But I think you're right. I don't think he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna get out of that somehow.
Somehow, yeah, and
but I think he might be. His time is.
Yeah, you know what? If he is bit, he's bit. But he gets back to Maggie. You know what I mean?
Right.
He gets back to Maggie. He's bit. They make a little love. They procreate
with a zombie.
He's not a zombie yet. Well, what?
Something.
He's still a dude.
He's half zombie.
No, he's not.
If he got bit, he's half zombie.
That guy David was walking around with his shoulder ripped open.
Half
almost.
Zombie.
No, he died a human being.
Half zombie.
Oh, half zombie.
He's got zombie blood in him.
He's got zombie blood in his bloodstream. He got zombie blood in other places.
He's got the infection.
Not there.
Whelp.
You and your whelp. All right. So, did you have a little something set up? Did you have a little?
I did. This is going to be kind of sloppy, but we'll try to figure it out.
So's our show.
This is what it is.
Our show is very sloppy.
This is what I wanted to do.
All right.
We're done with the show.
No, because we still have our scenario.
Well, then let's finish this. Not with this show.
Oh,
with the Walking Dead
the show.
No, I wish this can go on for hours, but I'm saying with The Walking Dead.
So here we go. All right. So then we're gonna. After we just got done, obviously talking about the whole sad Glenn thing.
Yeah. Can't leave it on that note, man.
I know.
Well, it's not that we can leave it on any better note, but
yeah.
All right.
Try.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go back to Rick inside the RV, and here's your scenario. You're trapped inside an RV,
right?
Or whatever kind of vehicle. The zombie horde is collapsing all around you. It's coming in. What do you do? Like,
my instant reaction, I'll give it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Get on top. Like, as soon as I realize, if it's not going to start the first few times, it's not going to start at all.
Right.
You get on top of that RV.
Right. No, you just go up there and just try to wait it out.
You lay down. You don't move. You don't say a word until 3 hours later, when all 1,000 zombies are done walking by. Mm-hmm. He's stuck inside of that thing.
Right. Right. No, I agree.
And from what I remember, the door was wide open.
Well, and that's where my I jump in, and I obviously mine's a little bit more dramatic.
Okay.
Where,
yes.
I will I'm
Here we
gonna
go.
I'm gonna try to once again like pull like what I just said with Glenn. I'm gonna try to grab one of these things. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna gut it. I'm gonna wrap its intestines and blood all over me. I will get on top of the RV and wait it
Right.
out just to double, make
But
sure.
don't you think you're safe enough on top of it? You just want.
I want that camouflage
Why
because
can't I see you?
you're still gonna have to get down
Yeah.
and walk. They're still around you.
Yeah.
I mean, you say they leave 3 hours later, but they're never gone.
Right, but there's nothing that he can do anymore to help the situation in
Correct.
their little city to get any better. So
Yeah.
self-preservation, I guess. I mean,
No, that's not Rick's style, man.
but there's nothing he can do.
He's got, dude, in that guy's head. He's got people to take care of. He's got people to move on and survive with.
Mm-hmm.
That's even though he's stuck beyond belief. That's still his main focus. And I'm just saying, like, I don't know why they got away from that. I don't know why they got away from disguising themselves. I know it's disgusting. Hey, it's hard enough to catch a shower. You know what I mean, or
Right.
whatever. But why would you get away from that? It's camouflage. You just cover yourselves in their gook, and you're basically camouflaged.
I don't. Yeah, it's a good point.
I
mean, Michonne did it with the two walkers when she broke their jaws and ripped their arms off, and
she did it as camouflage.
Yeah.
But you know what? She didn't realize that the actual insides or the guts can disguise you until Merle and that little crew of his went hunting after her when she left. Oh my God!
Michonne. Oh, right.
When she left that town where the governor was.
And when she first was introduced to Rick and everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the woods, she ends up killing one and its guts spill out all over her.
Okay.
And then later on they show her hanging out and they walk by her. She doesn't know why until she realizes she's covered in zombie blood.
She's covered in zombie blood.
Yeah. So why did we get away from this?
I don't know.
It should be mandatory. If you're going to go out on scouting,
right.
You got we have the zombie showers.
Right.
You walk in, you gut one, stand underneath it, let it dump on drip all over you, and you go head out into the woods. It's a zombie bath.
Zombie bath.
So Rick,
the bucket.
Yeah.
What would be a prank turns into a lifesaver.
Yeah.
The little bucket and the string.
See?
All right.
See,
hold on. Agree. No, I would agree with that.
Before you go scavenging,
yeah,
make sure you take your gut bath.
Your gut bucket.
Your gut and gizzard bath.
You get your gut bucket yet?
So people, that's a scenario. You're in an RV or vehicle. You have the zombies, collapsing around you, and what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I would suggest watch that exact scene.
Yeah.
And then react, like in your mind.
I know he had the AK.
Mm-hmm.
But
he emptied the round into those three dudes.
Yeah, but once again, there's no heavy guns. There's not, you came once again with the pistol and a knife. Yeah. What's going on here? Yeah. Yep. Where's the fully automatic? Where's the guns?
Yeah.
Gotta have one big gun with you.
Like have
to.
Something with a lot of ammo.
I mean, that might be too heavy, but just
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The military grade assault, it's got like 80 rounds in per. It's a belt. It's not even a magazine. Yeah. It's a belt of bullets.
Right. Very, very. It's easy to port around.
Yep.
Very easy.
Arnold did it.
Well, okay. Here we go. Can we get the Arnold? Can we get the Arnold? Can we get the Arnold sound effect? Can we get the Arnold sound effect?
I don't know if I can do it fast enough now.
I mean, because
way to put me on the spot.
Well, I mean, Arnold did it. Arnold was 280 pounds and primarily all muscle. So yeah, Arnold did do it.
Right.
The average person is going to weigh 150 or 160 pounds. Sorry, people, you're not going to do it. This is what's going to happen. You're going to have a little coming into the situation. Yeah. You'll have
get out. Get to the chopper.
There's no chopper to get to.
All right.
There's none. I wish
there was a chopper.
They're all destroyed. You can't even.
Can anybody even fly it?
Probably not. One? I don't think so. I mean, would you be able to?
Would I be able to?
Yeah.
No, I think I could kind of fly it.
I'm going on a helicopter ride. Maybe
I got it.
All right.
Get to the chopper! I love it.
We're still playing with our toy. All right, so we're done with our scenario. Let's move it over to Our game.
No problemo.
All right. All right.
All right.
problem. Yeah, okay.
So we're doing the scenario.
Well, no, we're gonna do. Well, your game.
The game. Okay.
Yeah, your game.
We'll pick 5 people. Celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go with celebrities.
Mm-hmm. All celebrities.
All celebrities. We'll
Okay.
do not 5 each. We'll do 5 between us.
Okay.
You come up. We'll not come up with one.
Okay.
And later on, if you guys have any particular ones that you have in mind, please send it to us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Leave him. When I say Shane, you're shaning him, like we like to say.
Yeah.
You're either popping him in the foot and leaving him for, to be zombie food.
Right.
You're gonna leave him, whether you come across them and you're just like, Psh, I'm done. I don't even want to be bothered.
Okay.
Or you recruit them. Okay.
All right.
You can explain why.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I mean, it has to be a.
It could be anybody. It could be. We'll stick with celebrity. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say we'll go with I'll say Miley Cyrus.
Oh. Wow.
Shane,
Mm-hmm.
leave or recruit.
I'm shaning her.
I'm wrecking ball. Wrecking. She's done.
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 Absolutely.
You are.
Done.
I don't even want to leave you on this planet.
Yeah. No.
Chum.
Chum bucket.
Chum bucket.
Yeah, we use her as the bait.
Yeah,
We can bait the zombies with her.
So that's one.
Okay.
So the second one.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, come on. I think
What?
you got to keep the animal. You got to keep the beast.
Of course.
If you can even tame that beast.
I would. I would tell him that I would give him all-you-can-eat buffet every day. I would do something to...
Do we're both big dudes.
Yeah. I'm going...
Your traps, my traps, your biceps, my biceps, yours.
Yeah, I would have to recruit him.
That's an
if possible.
easy one.
Brock.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen.
We're talking about Brock freaking Lesnar.
You say it's an easy one, but what if the dude flips out and starts killing everybody?
That's why we got you, man.
It's not an easy one at all. I'm not fighting Brock Lesnar.
See, this is why we need the rear view, because if this animal starts to just lose it like Nicholas did,
yeah,
rip someone's arm off like Chewbacca,
beat you and beat you with it.
All right, so
Miley's dead.
Yes,
Brock has been recruited.
Yep.
Okay.
Pamela Anderson.
Oh boy. I mean, doesn't she have hepatitis?
Shane. Yeah, but wait, guys, Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Shamed.
Right.
Leave or recruit.
Oh, God. I'm gonna leave her.
You're gonna leave her?
Yeah. Because pretty sure she has hepatitis.
Herpes or hepatitis?
No, hepatitis. I'm pretty sure she has hepatitis C, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So Pamela's getting left behind because she's an
at least-
endangerment to every
But if
male.
you recruit her, you can know who all the sinners are. Because once all the specific medication, because that would be the only medication that's probably still left over inside the pharmacy.
Listen, if you're
whoever's rating that, you would know all the sinners are.
If you're eating all my meds because you have hepatitis, I'm killing you anyway. I'm killing you. I don't care. Like, you rabies infected slut. Get out of my crew.
Oh.
Yeah, she's dead.
So she's done.
I'm leaving her. Sorry, Pam.
But you're not killing her. You're just gonna leave her.
I'm gonna leave her.
Sorry,
yeah.
Pam.
Maybe she can kill off a couple
Pamela
of zombies.
C.
Pamela C.
Pamela C. You're just not gonna be here.
You're dunzy.
You're
dunzo.
Dunzo.
Yes.
You're done. All right. So next one. What is that? 3?
That's 3.
We got two more.
I'm gonna go with actually the man, the myth, the legend, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Are we talking?
He's 60-something.
Post California run or pre California run?
That's what I was wondering if you're gonna hit me with that.
Yeah, because they're two different people.
Do you go with 60-something-year-old Arnold, or do you go with like Commando Arnold?
Yeah, or like Predator Arnold.
Yeah.
Come on, kill me. Like, yeah. What are we doing?
It's Arnold either way.
We got to go. We'll go at him at his prime.
Mm-hmm. Taking him.
Obvious.
Recruit.
Right.
100%.
Yep.
Okay. For now,
pure I would he's all muscle, and for the pure comedy of the whole situation,
just listen to a talk, right?
The zombie not like I would just walk
made of the polyalloy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just pure nonsense flowing, and I get to laugh.
Right. With this, hold on. This would be a normal conversation with Arnold, right? It'd be something that goes like this.
Yes. Yes. You could just be like, I asked you what you wanted for breakfast, Arnold.
And you would hear.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Is
right.
that eggs or cereal? I don't get it.
A little bit of
Yeah.
both.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna. And you know what? I'm taking 60-something-year-old Arnold too, just because he's still gonna make me laugh.
Okay.
Yep. You're up.
You know what? I don't know.
Why did I go with all guys? You went with all women. So far, is what I want to know.
Well, there it is again. All right. Well,
I put him on the spot, people.
I'm gonna say this person is gonna be shamed, and I don't know who this is.
Mhm.
This person is shamed right off the bat. Whoever made that stupid song, that Nene song, shamed immediately because I cannot stand this person. Do you know who started that?
You know what?
Please, if you know who this is, don't email us. Don't text us with the answer. Whoever made the Nene song,
we're shaming you.
Yeah.
I'm using
That's my fifth one. I don't even care.
I don't even know.
I don't even care. Whoever made that song,
you have no name.
Yep. You're Nene-ed.
You're Nene-ed.
You're done. Whatever that means.
You're not a fan, huh?
Come on.
Not a fan.
Chris, please don't tell me.
You don't like the.
Is that your squat music?
You don't like to whip and
please, I can't. I don't even want to utter the words. I was disgusted the fact that it even went that far.
It's pretty big, man. Kids are doing it everywhere.
Don't care.
Making videos on YouTube.
That's why our parents had belts. Our fathers had belts, and they cracked them.
Yeah. Would you say you were doing a what? That a nene?
Yeah, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a nene your ass. Yep.
Yeah, we had better music.
Did we? The 90s.
Well,
80s,
90s.
90s.
Yeah, man, we had songs with lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, and we had video games that had like
it actually meant something, man.
And video games that like had like cool endings and stuff. You know, like
now you wanted to rip your hair out? I don't know. Mario Brothers, amazing game. I'm pretty sure my brother thought I was crazy. You get 3 lives to start.
Yeah.
And a little boop boop boop. You want to take a hostage.
Right.
Yep. Shame the game.
You can get extra lives now. There's codes for that.
There's codes.
Yeah, like the amazing game of Contra, the 30-man code. You know, like
isn't that like, oh, God. See, that's a game I never got into.
It's up, down, down, left, right. A, B, BA, select, start.
And that got you
30 men.
30 men? 30 lives?
Yep.
30. Got me 30 men.
Yeah.
I like it.
I didn't like the way you said that.
Sorry. See, I think it was something because
we're talking video games now.
Ninja Turtles 2 was AB, left, right, AB, up, down, AB, start.
I never wanted to be in a sewer in my life.
What? If there were Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
If I was able to lift up a sewer
especially
at the age of 5,
right,
with the potential of them being down there, I would have.
Oh, God.
But thank God for parenting, because
Mm-hmm.
my mother told me otherwise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
oh, sweetie, it's not real.
I see.
She's still trying to convince me at my age now.
We actually have a lot of gamer people that follow us too, and that's pretty cool. We enjoy that. Thank you for all the gamer people out there that follow us.
Yep.
Appreciate that too. We get all the new intel on all the new games and
I love
gadgets.
I love it.
All sorts of stuff.
Yep.
All right, people. I think we've talked your ear off enough.
I loved it.
I did too.
This might be my favorite one.
Think so?
Yep.
Well, hopefully they agree. We hope you all agree.
We have to get out of here before Chuck Norris kicks the wall.
Hopefully the sound effects don't make you want to rip your hair out.
Yeah.
I
We'll
enjoy
go through them. I love them.
Yeah. Are you going to edit this?
No. Everything's
We're giving it free balling right to you.
Yep. There were a few F-bombs thrown in there, but we'll leave them.
It wasn't anything bad.
No.
I've listened to some other podcasts.
It was healthy.
Some people have no couth.
Couth?
No couth.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. You like that?
Air 5.
Yeah, there it is. No couth, I tell you.
Couth.
We're pretty good. We're pretty clean.
I like it.
Yeah. And I like keeping it clean.
Got to keep it that way.
Yeah, because the kids can enjoy it.
Yep.
You know, the mom and dad won't come in and be like, what the hell are you listening to?
What is this malarkey?
I'm just listening to these
Do
guys.
they say malarkey anymore? Do parents use that word?
I will take
You're
it.
a parent.
Oh, yeah?
Malarkey?
You think I say malarkey?
I would.
I say shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
I like shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
I like the way it just comes out.
Malarkey is like...
I would use malarkey.
I guess it's outdated.
Yeah. But I guess if I had to, like, cut your malarkey. And shenanigans. I like shenanigans. Yeah.
See, we can go another hour talking about malarkey.
Yeah. And
what's coming out of our mouths right now is malarkey.
It is. It's total shenanigans.
So we should cut it out right there.
Yes. People, once again, Beast Mode thanks you.
Yes.
We hope you enjoy it. You know, hit us up. Let us know. Once again,
We will be here.
please do our scenarios.
Yes.
You know how to do it by now, hopefully. It's Twitter, Facebook, or you can hit us up on Gmail. It's all Beast Mode NY.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to hearing from you. Hope you did have a good time. We went a little over what we usually like to, but we were having fun, so
Yes.
screw it.
Yep.
We will talk to you guys next week.
Yes.
And after the 90-minute Morgan episode.
We'll get into that next week.
Blow my fucking brains out.
I'm so happy.
There's an F-bomb.
Yeah.
Throw my brain. I'm
so excited.
I'm not. He's pissing me off.
Don't do that to Morgan. Just don't do it to Morgan.
I got nothing else to say about him.
All right.
Peace.
Peace out. Later.